Candidates for President of the United States put their differences aside this morning to honor the victims of the attacks. Vice President Harris, former President Trump shook hands for a second time in about 12 hours. They hit the pause button on their campaigns in order to focus attention on all those killed on 9/11. However, it was a much different story last night in Philadelphia. Harris and Trump not holding back as they squared off in their first and possibly only presidential debate. Eyewitness News reporter Lauren Glassberg in the newsroom with more. Lauren.
David, the debate was an opportunity for Kamala Harris to show America why she should be in the White House. And for Donald Trump, it was for him to prove that he should be given a second chance. She baited, he bit, they disagreed, and many topics were covered. But one thing is certain, this was a much more robust debate than the one between Trump and President Biden back in June.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Vice President Kamala Harris initiated that handshake and quickly launched an attack on her opponent, former President Donald Trump.
Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences. Like run, spot, run.
From the economy to abortion, Harris hoped to shore up support.
One does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
But she didn't respond when asked whether she would support any abortion restrictions. And Trump refused to rule out signing a national ban on abortion. There was fact-checking.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
And there were some contentious moments.
Wait a minute, I'm talking now, if you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
Trump never used Harris's name, nor did he look at her, but she eyed him throughout. Trump tried to blame the border crisis on Harris and President Biden.
They're destroying the fabric of our country by what they've done.
But Harris said Trump's politics were at play in killing a bipartisan border deal.
What we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
Neither candidate went into great detail about policies. Harris's message was, it's time to turn the page.
I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on what we can do over the next 10 and 20 years to build back up our country by investing right now in you, the American people.
Trump, who had the last word, suggesting to voters they were better off with him.
They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it?
Now, after the debate, Trump went right into the spin room, telling the media it was the best debate he had ever had, a theme that he repeated today. Harris's surrogates were also extremely pleased with their candidate, and her team has proposed a second debate. David?
All right, Lauren, thank you. Let's turn to